broken heart means you know how to love. So in other words, there's that old expression, and make sure I've got it right here. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And this has so much validity in it because it needs to be addressed, because people think that they have this one relationship, they lost the love of their life, and then that's it for them. And basically that's all about ego, because they feel like if they got dumped, say they were the ones that got dumped, their ego is crushed and they are so afraid of going back into another relationship for fear of being dumped again. So what do? They spend their whole life not falling in love again.
You know, women are such cheerleaders for love that we're always willing to kind of get, we're more emotional,
I like that
right?
expression.
Yeah. But men, you know, I mean, if they went out with I know some people, you know, a lot of them, first relationships, they go out with a woman for years sometimes, and if that's your first experience and you're so crushed by it, it's really hard for men, I think.
And you know, I think that's why men can move on quicker than women. Mm-hmm. Let's say they've decided to break up because something's changed within the relationship and they just can't be there anymore. And they can do the serial dating and have fun and move on sexually really quickly because they can tune out.
Yeah, they can tune out emotion.
Yeah,
that's it.
So for them, like, women always go, well, how come they move on so fast? And why do we sit there crying over it for 6 months while they've moved on? Because they move on. That's the difference. When it's over for a guy, it's over.
Realistically, yeah, their loins are moving on quickly. Yeah. Their loins are moving on instantaneously. That's part of being a man.
Yeah, emotionally, I think they get stuck sometimes. Yeah. But the biggest key is not to think that the rest of your life, because you've been heartbroken, I'm never going to be able to forget that person. I'll never love anybody else. Oh my God, I'm never going to have great sex and love somebody the way I did. You will, but you have to quit saying it's never going to happen for you. Your life cycle changes every 7 years, believe it or not. And when you're 14 to 21, those are the insecure years, the self-esteem years of trying to find out who you are. From 21 to 28, you're starting to understand that things are a little bit more important. You start to see what, you know.
I like that, what you just said there. It makes total sense.
Doesn't it?
And you know, I feel that in myself, too.
And
you're starting I'm approaching my 28th year.
And you're starting to think more career, that you are not completely who you are until you hit 35. That's when your brain is connected to all those different realms of your life, your security levels, your career, your emotional levels, all that stuff. And then you get to be my age, when everything hits the fan, because now you're having a midlife freaking crisis. And everything that you've gone up to for those years are now going back, and you're trying to decide, oh my God, what am I done with my life? Who am I? Have I done enough? You know, should I buy the red sports car? Should I have an affair? All these things happen. So every 7 years you change. So to say, I'm never gonna love again, or that love hurt me so deeply, you're crazy. Get back on the horse and start riding.
Yeah.
Right?
Giddy up. Saddle up.
Yeah, because, you know, there's love for everybody out there.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot to be said about a person that has experienced some sort of devastation. It's not that they're a broken person. They're actually stronger because of it, right? So it's interesting, because when I think about the men that I know that have been so crushed, you know, they've spent 4 years or numerous years with the same woman, and then they get back out there and they just, you know, they serial date. But when they do get into a relationship, they're just going to be a better man, like, in that next relationship, because they're so strong.
I mean, some people have one love their entire life. Power to them.
Good for you.
I mean, you did it right the first time, I guess.
Yeah, or you're just lucky.
Yeah, or maybe you're back here on Earth for the 7th time and finally get it. I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
But most of us have to try it about 6 or 7 times to get it right. When you get into the 28-35 age group, that's when people really say, oh my God, I want to be in a relationship. I want to love somebody. I want to have my career. So it gets stressful for the first 2 7-year periods there to find that.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. But don't give up on love. And if you know how to love, you're ahead of the game. Absolutely, so many people have never been in love.
Yeah.
They haven't put themselves out there to be in love. You have to put yourself out there to find love in your life. It's not just going to knock on your front door.
Unless you fall in love with the vacuum salesman.
Yeah, or the FedEx guy. There's been a few cute ones at the front door.
Yeah.
But these are things everybody, and Andrea, like as your age group is prime for this, because it's just something that you get heartbroken when you're younger, and it tarnishes you for a long time. Look at it as a stepping stone. What can I do differently in the next time I fall in love?
Yeah.
And don't say, I'm never going to love anybody again. Because they are.
Yeah.
They've probably already moved on. And you need to do the same, right?
Yeah.
So love comes in all ages, all shapes, all sizes, and more than once in your life. So get out and find some love. Have
Giddy
some
up.
fun. Giddy up.